We're here with Truman Volleyball head coach Ben Briney for the postseason edition of the weekly video recap for TrumanBulldogs.com. Coach Briney and the Bulldogs are the number 7 seed in the Central Region, heading up to St. Paul, Minnesota this weekend. They'll take on number 2 seeded Southwest Minnesota State at 2:30 on Thursday afternoon. Coach, let's first talk about what you've done since the last match. It will be 16 days between the Emporia State loss in the NCAA quarterfinals to Thursday's match. What do you do to keep the team loose during a 16-day layoff, longer than preseason?
A lot of it was we just needed to get healthy. We had some kids that were under the weather, some kids that were banged up, so it gave us a chance to get a little bit more healthy, and also gave us a chance to really work on some things that we'd kind of fallen off a little bit on the end of the season. So it was actually a good thing for us.
What did you take from that NCAA quarterfinal loss to Emporia State to work on to get ready for the postseason?
One of the big things that we took out of that was a lesson that we'd been kind of telling the girls all year is you can't let down. You have to play intense the entire time, no matter who you're playing and every point. And that's really shown in practice that they've taken that lesson to heart. The practices when we've gotten into scrimmages have been really intense, really good. So I'm pretty excited and pretty happy with what the girls have done so far.
So what other kind of things have you worked on in practice?
One of the big things we've worked on is our serve-receive offense. That's going to be one of the keys to this weekend, is we've got to be able to side out at a high percentage. Going into this tournament, it's a tough tournament. There's no easy draw. It doesn't matter what seed you are. And the winning team is going to win the serve-receive battle. And so that's one of the big things we've been really working on.
Let's go ahead and talk about the regional. 8 teams, 4 of them from the MIAA, 4 from the NSIC. You come in as the 7th seed, taking on Southwest Minnesota State, a team you actually haven't faced this year. Only faced them once previously. Nobody on this team has. Talk about the matchup with the Mustangs and what you'll need to do to try to advance to the semifinals.
They're a good team. In a lot of ways, they're pretty similar to us. They have 2 very good middles, have an outside that's been putting up some big numbers against some teams, and then have a very good freshman right side. And so offensively, there's a lot of comparisons to where we are. And they do a very good job of ball controlling, and they do a very good job of running their middles at the right times. And their middles do a really good job of, if the swing's not there, of really finding the open spots in the defense. So that's another thing we've been working on, is really watching the hitter's hand and seeing what the hitter's going to do, whether they're going to hit or tip. So it's going to be a good matchup. Coach Culhane's done a great job with them. They actually won their conference tournament this year. So it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a fun match. But that's why kids come here to play this type of match.
The 2-7 match, obviously, for us in Southwest Minnesota State. 3-6. If you were to get past Southwest Minnesota, it'd be a nice rekindling a couple rivalries with Nebraska Kearney as a 3 seed and Washburn as a 6. Pair of the teams you're familiar with. Talk about potentially, if you were to get that opportunity, going from really no familiarity with an opponent to a lot of it with that second round matchup.
Well, it actually helps out a lot. It was a good draw because we could really focus on Southwest Minnesota and not necessarily have to worry about a team after them that we'd never seen before. If we're fortunate enough and we beat Southwest Minnesota, we play a team that we've played. And especially if Washburn ends up being the opponent, we've played them quite a bit over the last several years, and they're a very familiar opponent. So it really afforded us the ability to focus on who is in front of us, knowing that we've got an opponent that we know them just as well as they know us, and so all our energy can be on Southwest Minnesota right now.
Megan Sharp, an All-Region Honorable Mention selection. Go ahead and talk about what that does for her, a 4-time All-Region pick throughout her career.
Very proud of Megan. She earned it. I really thought she should have been one of the top 14, but it is what it is, and she's had an incredible career. Couldn't be prouder of her. And really what she has done has really helped, along with the other seniors and the other kids on the team, elevate this program back up to being at the national level and to be in the conversation as a team competing for a national championship. So very proud of her.
All right, Truman Volleyball still 13th in the nation. They'll be the number 7 seed in the toughest region in the country, the Central Region. This coming weekend up at St. Paul, Minnesota, we'll have live stats, video, and anything else you could want. If you can't make the trip to Concordia, St. Paul, all those links will be available at TrumanBulldogs.com this weekend. Coach, thanks a lot.
Thanks.